All right, welcome. In today's explainer, we are digging into one of life's biggest questions, and we're using some great insights from Healthline to do it. The question is, how can we actually be happier? And it turns out the answer isn't some big, out-of-reach secret. It's actually a bunch of simple, powerful habits you can start weaving into your life. So, let's get into it.
So before we dive into the list, let's just pause here for a second. What does happiness actually look like for you? Because your version of it is totally unique, right? Which means your path to getting there is going to be personal too. This isn't about some rigid formula. It's about finding what really, truly works for you.
And that's maybe the most hopeful idea of all. Happiness isn't some destination you arrive at one day and then you're done. No, it's a practice. It's something you build, through small, consistent things you do over and over until they just become a part of who you are.
I absolutely love this quote from Healthline because it's so freeing. This is not a strict, you must do this list. Think of it more like a menu of options. The whole point is to find things that genuinely make you feel better, not to add more chores and stress to your plate.
Okay, section 1. Let's start with your daily happiness habits. These are the small steps you can take every single day that, honestly, have a huge impact.
First up is exercise, but maybe not in the way you're thinking. We're not talking about like punishing yourself at the gym for an hour. The key here is just consistency. Seriously, even a simple walk around the block or 5 minutes of stretching gets the job done. It helps balance out those brain chemicals that manage stress and anxiety, and that's a huge mood boost. 7 hours. That's the number to remember. It's the minimum amount of sleep recommended for most adults. We live in this culture that sometimes glorifies skipping sleep to be more productive, but the science is crystal clear. Getting enough rest is just not negotiable. It's how your brain recharges, it's how it manages your mood, it's just essential for your emotional well-being. This one is so simple, but so powerful. Gratitude is really just about training your brain to notice the good stuff that is already all around you. A coworker grabbing you a coffee, that feeling of the sun on your face. The more you intentionally look for these little moments, the more of them you're going to find.
All right, on to section 2, your weekly habits. These are the things you can do to kind of hit the reset button and reconnect on a regular basis.
I know. Decluttering can feel like this massive, overwhelming project. But look at how doable this is. Just 20 minutes. Once a week, pick one tiny spot like that junk drawer we all have, or one shelf in a closet. Cleaning up your physical space has this amazing way of clearing out your mental space too. It makes you feel a little more in control. This is such a critical reminder. Especially as we get older, making friends can feel hard. But this reminds us that the goal isn't to have a giant list of contacts. It's about nurturing a few really high-quality connections. You could try joining a class or volunteering to meet people who are into the same things you are.
30 minutes. That's it. Just a half hour a week is all you need to get the amazing mood-boosting benefits of being in nature. And the best part? Nature can be whatever you want it to be. A city park, your own backyard, even just a couple of plants on your windowsill. It's just about getting some fresh air and connecting with something green.
Okay, section 3. Let's talk about monthly rituals. These are a little deeper, a little more deliberate, and they're all about joy and self-care. So for our monthly habits, we're going to focus on 3 things: connecting with others through giving back, reconnecting with yourself, and learning how to take back control of your own thoughts. Helping others is a proven way to boost your own happiness, and giving back can look like a million different things. Sure, it could be formal volunteering, but it can also be something as simple as offering to babysit for a friend, or even just making a point to give out genuine compliments. Yes, can we please normalize the solo date? Taking yourself out to do something you love isn't a sign of loneliness. It's an incredible act of self-care. It's a chance to check in with yourself and remember what you actually enjoy without anyone else's opinion in the mix. This is such a brilliant little mind hack. We all have those little pockets of time, right? Waiting in line, sitting in a waiting room, and what do? We pull out our phones and we scroll. Instead, try this. Keep a little note on your phone with a list of happy memories or things you're excited about, and just read that instead. And finally, section 4, your yearly habits. This is where we zoom way out to look at the big picture and make sure we're still on the right track. I really love this framing.
This isn't about giving yourself a performance review. It's about a gentle check-in. It's like you're meeting up with an old friend for coffee, but that friend is you. How's it going? And hey, just making it through another year, that's something worth celebrating right there.
Here's the thing. People change. So our dreams and our goals have to be allowed to change too. A goal that made perfect sense for you 5 years ago might not serve the person you are today. And this yearly check-in is your permission slip to let go of those old plans that just don't fit anymore.
And this brings us right back to the beginning. Your physical health and your mental health are not two separate things, they are completely connected. So taking care of the basics, the annual physical, the dental checkup, the eye exam, is one of the most fundamental ways to take care of your whole self.
So, Section 5 is all about your personal happiness formula. We've gone over a dozen different habits. Now let's put it all together into a toolkit you can actually use.
Okay, here it is, all in one place. The daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly habits we talked about. But please remember that first rule we mentioned. This is a menu, not a rigid checklist. Don't feel like you have to do everything all at once. Just find one thing on this list that speaks to you and start there. That's how you build your own formula for happiness.
And really, that's what it all comes down to. You've got the toolkit now. You have the ideas. It doesn't need to be some massive, life-altering change. So what's the one small habit, the one simple thing you can start today?